Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about how the war at Marineford sent me into a episode of utter devastation and despair. So I was binging One Piece, as one does, and up until Sabayati archipelago, you know what I'm saying. Up until that point, yes, devastating things had happened to the crew. Yes, there had been some horrible, backstories and some very sad moments. But up until then, my favorite parts of the show was when the crew was all together, happy, giggling, hanging out on the Thousand Sunny, just goofing off. Okay, just doing what they do best. Enies Lobby was super emotional. Alabasta was tough, but we got through it. Okay. Nothing can stop them now. Or so I thought. Then comes Bartholomew Kuma. Separated them. Okay, I'm the type of person who got emotional a little bit when all of them were separated in one country during a fight and they weren't all together. That made me sad. Imagine how I felt when they were all completely separated, thrown on different sides of the world. I stopped watching the show for a few months after that, after heavily binging it since I think Alabasta. Before Alabasta, I was just do. Alabasta, I was I'm locked in. Savardi Archipelago happened. Everybody got split up. I was no. I had to watch my goat get everybody ripped away from him. And he had to deal with the fact that he could not save them this time. That ripped me apart. Not to mention the slavery and trafficking of the fishmen and Charles. Don't even get me started on the Celestial Dragons, because that punch was so deserved. Okay, so deserved. Okay, but Sabayati was also awesome because we got to see Traffy and Luffy and Kid fight together for the first time, which was pretty fucking awesome. Anyways, so all my goats get split up, and I'm literally no, I actually can't handle this. I'm pissed off. I stopped watching it. Everybody heard about it. My roommate, all my friends, they'd never seen One Piece. They knew nothing about it, but they knew. They knew what was going on because I was pissed, and I was gonna tell everybody about it. Okay, you could ask my roommate at the time. Till to this day, did she remember that week of my life when that happened? She remembers. And boy, does she remember what happened after that. I finally decided to resume watching, only to get hit with more devastation, it got worse. Okay, yes, I just pulled a hair off my head. I'm sorry. It got worse. Because not only were my goats separated, okay, Luffy's on this island of women, big whoop, okay, he's literally crying because he doesn't have anybody. He couldn't save his friends, okay, who knows where everybody went. Come to find out, Blackbeard's ugly ass turned my boy Ace in and he was in jail. Impel down, to be exact. And he was going to be executed. He was to be executed. Okay. Luffy finds out about this. And he's like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. And he brings his ass to Impel down. Follow the most heartbreaking, painful moments of One Piece to ever grace my screen. I don't think grace is the proper word. I can't come up with a word to describe how horrible it was right now, but just know that it was... He suffers through that prison, through like literally the 4 layers of hell. Misses Ace. Doesn't even he misses him. He's already gone. Ace just left, actually. You just missed him. You just missed him. Meanwhile, the crew is nowhere to be found. They don't even know what's going on. Nowhere to be found. Nobody is. Luffy's basically dead. I'm sitting there thinking, how are there 500 more episodes of this show? Can you explain that to me? After he got poisoned by the warden, can you explain how in the hell there's going to be 500 more episodes after this? Bless the Lord for Ivankov. Saves my boy. Okay. In like the most painful way possible. Okay. All for his brother. All to save his brother. He goes through all this to save his brother. He goes through all that to save his brother. And is it worth it in the end? You tell me. Fast forward to the war at Marineford, where you know what happens. When Luffy finally shows up, and tries to save his brother, and then the whole thing with like Garp, just literally next to his grandson, his 2 grandsons that he wants to kill just because they want a little bit of freedom, just because they want to do what they want to do. Okay, they're not hurting anybody, they're like literally good people. But he's like, no, die, because like these ugly like people with like glass on their heads told me to. Because it's for justice. It's justice. Oh, justice. Cut to one of the best speeches in all of fiction ever told by one of the biggest bitches of One Piece, Doflamingo. Justice will prevail. But of course, whoever wins this war becomes justice. I don't think you caught that, Garp. I don't think you caught that. I don't think you got that. I don't think he was listening. I think he was on the other side of the battlefield or something, because I don't think he fucking heard that speech. And then, guess what? Luffy frees him. Luffy saves Ace. I'm like, oh my god. Like, I'm watching it like... Ace, like, oh my god. Like, yay, he's free. He's okay. He's safe. everything's okay. Then the big bitch, Akainu, just had to talk shit about Ace's dead father. Chosen father, Whitebeard. He said something like Whitebeard's a coward, something along those lines. I don't know, I've kind of blacked out this part from trauma. Not actually trauma from it. I'm sorry to anybody who actually has trauma over real things, and myself included. That's not one of the things. But it felt like fucking trauma, okay? Because, what do you mean? What do you mean you're Ace? What do you mean you're gonna turn around and try to talk all big and bad? But it's literally, you have your chance to escape, okay? Your dad died so you could fucking escape. And what do? You turn around. Did it feel good to get the last word in? Oh, you couldn't even, you don't even know if it was worth it or not. You don't even know. I don't even know why I'm being rude to Ace. Ace, I love you. I'm sorry. Why'd you turn around? I don't know. Like, you did have passion, you did have love for your father, whatever. You know who I do have a few words for? Akainu. Akainu. If you died, nothing in my life would change. I would live every day gracefully and happily, as I do now. If you died, I hope nobody comes to your funeral. I hope you don't have a funeral. I hope your body gets left wherever it is, because nobody cares enough to do anything with it. And the earth engulfs your corpse back into it, and then you just cease to ever exist. And any legacy you would have left, anybody who remembers who you are, I hope they die too. And there's nobody left on earth who even knows who you are, what you did. Yeah. So that's how I feel about him. So yeah, Ace dies. He does. And Luffy is indeed traumatized. He's lost his crew and his brother. So his only brother that we know of at the time are gone. We went from joking around, singing Bink Sake, talking about I'm gonna be king of the pirates, and now bro's having a psychotic episode back on that island when he's with Rayleigh and Jinbei. Bless the Lord for Jinbei. Bless the Lord for Trafalgar Law for somehow surgically saving him, doing surgery to save him. Thank God for them, or Luffy would have had a literal psychotic break when he was eating the mushrooms. Breaks my heart every time. Okay. But yeah. So I stopped watching the show again for a while after that. That arc was like really hard to get through for me, because I felt like I was like part of the crew at this point, and like my captain is going through this, and I literally can't physically watch this. Also, I loved Ace so much. Like that moment that I saw, those few moments we had shared together in Alabasta changed my life, and now I lost him. So that was interesting. Yeah. And then just to like really like jab the knife in one last time, you know, twist it while it's already in, whatever the fucking expression is. They decide they're gonna stay split apart for 2 years. The entire crew is gonna stay split apart for 2 years before they meet back up. Which they needed that time to train and get stronger, because the real world was no joke. Like, they got shocked into like, oh shit, like the new world that we're about to enter is no joke. I was also shocked. I had to take a break from watching the show. Like, they had to take a break and train. I had to take a break and emotionally recover as they physically recovered from that. Because like, what? Oh. And then like, just all I wanted, all that I was thinking about the whole time I was watching that arc was like, I just want them all back together again on the ship, just goofing off. Like, that was literally all I wanted, was everybody back together again, just goofing off. That's it. That's all I wanted. So yeah, it's like, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. I just finished doing my laundry during that rant. It was really intense, and that is how Marineford, and following up to there, Impel down, Marineford, Sabayati, sent me over the edge mentally. And I'm still not over it, so bye, I guess.